Valley Club. In this video, we are counting down the best characters in Marvel Strike Force, the top 10 non-mythic characters in the game right now. And if you're ready to see which ones are great and which ones suck, you know what to do, Valley Club. Find that like button and let's go smash it. Welcome back to the ValleyFlyin channel. I am ValleyFlyin. I hope you're having an excellent day. We are counting down the best characters in Marvel Strike Force, the top 10 characters for October of 2025. And get some value from the video today. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, ring the notification bells so you know as soon as a brand new Marvel Strike Force video goes up. On a normal week, at least 5 pieces of Marvel Strike Force content, and I've been a little light with the content. Have been releasing the 5 videos, but been a little late on streaming and doing extra videos just because my back is actually feeling a lot better, but I do want to rest it and not sit in front of the computer for a while. So been trying to release content while resting my back, but we are back here with the best characters in Marvel Strike Force. But before we get into the list, I did post this exact same question to ChatGPT and Google, and ChatGPT's response is a little outdated. Black Bolt, Doctor Doom, Ultron, Magneto, Symbiote, Spider-Man, Shuri, Invisible Woman, Captain Marvel, Nick Fury, and Hela. At one time or another, these characters were all really good. I'm not sure if they were all meta characters, but Google's answer was not as good. This one says that Kestrel, Doctor Doom, Shang-Chi, Iron Fist. I don't know if Iron Fist was ever meta. Same thing with Electro. Miss Marvel, I think if Hard Light they're talking about, she was meta, but I don't think Captain Marvel was a good character. Maybe not meta. Night Nurse, not really. So they say Kestrel, Doom, Shang-Chi, Iron Fist, Electro, Miss Marvel with the Captain Marvel version, Night Nurse, Symbiotes, Anti-Venom, and Carnage, Extreme X-Men, and Orcas. So that is who Google picked. Hopefully like my list is a lot better. Let's jump into the game. I do want to mention one of those characters that Google and ChatGPT mentioned, and it is Hela. Hela almost made this list. Very good character, just got reworked as part of the Undying team. We're gonna get a new zombie Kestrel in the game, and this team is looking very strong. So Hela does deserve her nod. One thing that she does, where is it? It is on her ultimate. She summons Undead Asgardian, aka Greg. If you're a newer player, not sure how Undead Asgardian got that name. Way back when this was data mined, they had a placeholder for Undead Asgardian called Greg, and that's kind of how he got his name, from data mines here. So Greg is the factor there, and then whenever they die, or whenever Greg dies, the Undead Asgardian reduces the turn meter. Also, this is a very strong move. This spreading all negative effects, well, some negative effects. Attack all enemies, spreading 4 negative effects from the primary target to his secondary targets. It's not going to spread stun, but it should spread pretty much everything else. Maybe not some of the newer effects like immunity and trauma, things like that, but not spreading stun, but pretty much everything else. Very strong. So Hela does get a nod as far as the audible mentions. Let's start with this list, and first character I want to mention is Rachel Summers, a new character on the Hellfire Club team, but like a lot of these newer characters, does have value outside of the team and outside of the main game mode. So raids is where the Hellfire Club is supposed to shine. They're still good in other game modes as well. For Rachel Summers, gains immunity. Some of this is just on her team, but on enemy turn, if the character has speed up or stun attack for 250% piercing, flipping 3 positive effects, 2 negative effects as well. Also does some excellent stuff with Hellfire Club members, but the rest of her kit, not raids, not Hellfire Club, attacking the primary target 500% piercing, flipping positive to negative effects, attacking adjacent targets 500% piercing, clearing positive effects, spreading stun. This is a character that can spread stun, unlike Hela, and other negative effects from the primary target to adjacent targets. Really good. On kill, fill speed bar for self, random Jean Grey, random Sebastian Shaw, alibi 70%. Very strong ultimate. The special 3-turn cooldown, attacking the primary target 400% damage, flipping 3 positive effects to negative effects, reducing speed bar by 25%, bonus attack, the most injured enemy, 400% damage, clearing 3 positive effects, reducing speed bar by 25%, spread stun and 3 negative effects from the primary target to the most injured enemy. That is a solid kit, whether she's in the raids, whether she's outside the raids, whether she's paired with Hellfire Club or not Hellfire Club. Very strong. And let's move on to the next Hellfire Club member that I do want to talk about. That's Sebastian Shaw, kind of the running mate of Rachel Summers. He applies the stun. Rachel Summers spreads the stun, and there's a lot of it. It's kit that is outside the race, that very good outside the race, and is outside of this Hellfire Club team. Gonna gain taunt, gonna gain some bearer as well. He will gain the charge if he has Hellfire Club members, but if he's attacked, he's gonna gain that charge anyway. So that charge is very important. He's also gonna have that synergy with Emma Frost as well, gaining some extra effects when he drops below 50% health. and actually, let's go to his basic. Most of the characters' basics aren't as good, but his is good. When he's charged, applying stun to the primary target, clearing charge on his character, which means that paired with Rachel Summers, these two are very, very strong together. Stun and spreading the stun. Moving on to his special, clearing all barrier on all enemies, attacking all enemies, 350% damage. Charge damage is increased by 125%. So hopefully either you have him with Hellfire Club members or he gets attacked very early on, so he has this charge there. Also, gaining taunt barrier self for 30% of his character's max health helps out the Hellfire Club as well. Defense up for 2 turns, safeguard for 2 turns as well. Filling speed bar for Emma Frost with this special. The ultimate long cooldown, so probably not doing this more than once per turn, unless it's a very long match, but primary target 375% piercing. Primary and adjacent targets also get that amount. Charge damage is increased. This attack ignores defense up, and while charge ignore is unavoidable, cannot be blocked or counterattacked. So very, very strong character, especially when paired with Rachel Summers. Next character on this list for me comes from the Starjammers team, and if we had to pick one great character from the Starjammer team, a lot of people would pick Lilandra. You do need her for Professor X, but my pick would be Havok. He does a lot of great stuff. Sometimes you're opening with his ultimate, sometimes you're opening with his special. The special does, attacking the primary card, 350% damage, stun for 2 turns, trauma for 1 turn. Very good, especially opening against Professor X if you could get this to stick because of the trauma and the stun. Primary adjacent targets, 350% damage, heal block for 2 turns, trauma for 1 turn. Does more in Crucible as well, clearing positive effects and all charge from the primary target with the ultimate, attacking the primary target, 400% piercing, defense down for 2 turns. He'll do more stuff on a kill, and his passive is that counter attack. Whenever an enemy attacks this character, Starjammer or X-Men ally is going to attack back, counter, 300% piercing, unavoidable, gains 50% damage if that enemy has barrier, and as just a very strong character. I like him because of his counter attacks. Also that very, very early stun, and depending on if you have the Fantastic Four or not, I guess at this point most people do, but still was involved in arena meta for a long time after that because of that. Yeah, so Havok would be my pick from the Starjammers team, not Lilandra. You need Lilandra. I think Havok's the better character though. I can't do this top 10 right now without mentioning my favorite character from my favorite team, Silver Sable. Very good in the raids, and normally, unfortunately, you do need that vigilante team with her, but I like this ultimate so much. I am super biased with Super Sable. Strong move here. Actually, let's just talk about the ultimate. This is why you're bringing her potential other teams. She does have some good speed, but applying heal block for 2 turns, disruption for 2 turns to all enemies, clear barrier from all enemies. Also, if you're in the raids, clearing charge. On offense, it's attached to 4 or more vigilante allies to reduce the duration of positive effects by 2 on all enemies. So this one, unfortunately, you do need to use her on the team, but this one's strong. Attack all enemies, 320% damage, applying vulnerable up to a maximum of 5, and does some even better stuff on war offense. They were meant to be for war offense and the raids, mainly for the raids, but Vigilante is very, very strong. This one, I may be super biased on that. Let me know if you think she deserves to be on this list or not. She's on my list though, but let me know if she's on your list or not. As we move on to the newly reworked Vulture. Now his rework didn't give him much except for some updated stats, but just that, in my opinion, was enough to bring him back into the meta. Usually you're starting off with this special, attacking the primary and adjacent targets, 300% damage, clearing 2 positive effects from each target, applying offense down for 2 turns, applying slow for 2 turns, and gains 1,000% extra focus. So as long as there's not safeguard or anything like that, you're removing taunt, you're removing 2 positive effects from the primary target. This is what I really like about him, his ultimate though. Attacking all enemies, 320% damage, and reduce the speed bar by 25%. So some good damage and some good turn meter manipulation. Also 200% extra damage for targets below 50% max health. Just those 2 moves alone are very strong, but his passive also gives him more speed bar. So he'll speed bar by 10% on spawn and 10% per hero enemy. So gets even faster if you're going against heroes. Also gets better with Superior 6 and Sinister 6 and Insidious 6 allies, but just his ultimate, just his passive, just that part of his passive and his special make him very, very strong in my opinion. The rest of the stuff is just makes him even better. But moving on to the other Insidious 6 character, where are they? I guess they're not on this right now. Let's go to Conqueror's trait, because I do want to talk about his running mate Hobgoblin. Now, Superior Spider-Man is very good, Scorpion very good, but I think if we looked at one new member that is very good outside of this team, it has to be Hobgoblin. Strong ultimate here, a successful attack by this character. Apply 1 random negative effect for 2 turns. Also does more if he has an Insidious 6 allies. When an enemy that has a negative effect is attack the most injured enemy for 150% damage, and even more with Insidious 6 allies will reduce the speed bar as well. The rest of his kit, very solid, even outside of an Insidious 6 team, even outside of the raids. Attacking all enemies 320, I keep saying that. 300% damage, applying heal block. Raids, he's going to do some extra stuff as well, but bonus attacking 5 random enemies, 150% damage, and he's going to do even more damage, or this attack cannot miss if he has 2 more Insidious 6 allies. So strong ultimate. It is a long cooldown, so you do lose a little bit there having it a long cooldown, but strong move. The special is probably the big one here. 3 turn cooldown, starting with 3 ability energies, so you could use this on turn 1. Low cooldown as well. Attacking the primary and adjacent targets, 200% piercing, flipping positive effects to negative effects on each target. Repeat this 3 times using a new primary target randomly chosen from the previous previous secondary targets. Unavoidable, cannot be blocked. Characters killed by this attack cannot be revived, and the basic doesn't do much, but it does have 3 bonus attacks as well. So this guy makes my list. Let me know if Hobgoblin and Vulture are on your list. And we're going to stay in this Conqueror's trait here, moving on to legendary character Quasar. Quasar is the legendary character most recently built for War. Blastaar's the other one, most recently built for Cosmic Crucible, but it's a strong character, does some nice damage. Spawn, defense up for 2 turns, immunity 2 turns, self and all allies, healing himself and his max health. He is meant to be a plug and play type character, fitting onto a bunch of different teams. He does have a few awaken abilities that make him even stronger, a little stronger on War offense. Big move here is his ultimate. Does have a long cooldown by clearing all charge on all enemies, flipping negative effects on this character, heal for 15% of the max health, attacking primary and adjacent targets, 500% piercing. War offense does even more stuff. Special, very strong as well, attacking primary and adjacent targets, 350% piercing, and dealing 15% of this character's max health as damage. Defense down for 2 turns, slow for 2 turns, offense down for 2 turns, exposed to the primary target, and applying defense down 2 turns to each adjacent target. Does even more on War offense. Yeah, this character is great, whether you're using in War, whether you're using in Cosmic Crucible, whether you're using him in any trials, like the Quasar trials or the Blastaar trials. This guy is going to give you a ton of value, and so is his running mate. We already talked about Blastaar, but this is the main Cosmic Crucible plug-and-play character for Chapter 2. This guy is strong, and I love this bomb burst that he has, and none of his moves have cooldowns, so you could use his ultimate whenever you want, special whenever you want, or basic whenever you want, depending on the situation. It's all about bomb burst, and he is going to gain some bomb burst on spawn, but whenever non-summon ally uses their basic, he's going to attack the primary target, 175% damage, 20% piercing, clearing negative effects on this character if the character does not have silence, gaining 1 bomb burst up to a maximum of 5. So silence will stop that. But other than that, he is going to gain 1 bomb burst. When you have a lot of bomb bursts, better to use the ultimate. Without a lot of bomb burst, or if you need some healing, better to use the special. But yeah, very strong with these bomb bursts. Now, the damage he could do on this ultimate is a ton, especially without a lot of bomb bursts. So he's going to attack all enemies, 250% piercing, but it gains benefits based on the number of bomb bursts on this character. So if he's going to do 250% damage per bomb burst on this character, up to a maximum of an extra 1,250% damage. Cosmic Crucible, if he has 3 or more bomb bursts before the stack, reduce duration of positive effects on the enemies by 1. If he has 5 or more bomb bursts, gain a 50% crit chance for this. Clear bomb bursts on this character. Enemies killed by this attack cannot be revived. On his special here, this one actually gets a little worse the more bomb bursts you have, but it's going to do more healing. So you can attack primary and adjacent targets, 350% piercing, stealing 10% max health, redistributing self, ignores heal block. It's going to apply heal block, ability block to the primary target. And this is great if you don't want to lose your bomb burst. You will lose it after the ultimate. It's going to gain safeguard for 2 turns, heal for 40% of this character's max health. The amount is reduced by 5% per bomb burst on this character, down to a minimum of 15% healing. Also good as well, and will bury herself and allies by 30% of this character's max health in Crucible offense as well. So great for the survivability. This is a great move as well with the bomb burst, gaining 1 bomb burst when he does this. It's basic as well. Very, very good character, especially if he can get his damage ramped up. As we move on to the final characters, and I'm kind of flip-flopping between these last two. Franklin Richards, Invisible Woman, MCU, very, very good. Mr. Fantastic and Human Torch are good as well. For me, they don't make the top 10 of this list, but all 4 of these characters are worthy of building. Let's talk about Invisible Woman, because I think she is the main damage dealer on the team. Normally, especially in Arena, you're opening with her ult, pulling enemies 2 spaces towards the primary target, clearing positive effects, then big AO attack, 400% damage, and applying defense down for 2 turns. She's going to gain 200% more focus for this attack. Very strong in Arena. Normally, if you are using this move, your Invisible Woman's built up big enough, it should kill the enemy Invisible Woman. Also very strong in War and Cosmic Crucible as well. This is a strong move as well in the special. It does have an ability block on. She's going to gain a stealth up to maximum of 3. Defense down for 2 turns to the primary and adjacent targets. Primary and adjacent targets getting attacked for 250% piercing. Trauma 2 turns, ability block for 1 turn to the primary target. That one is good. However, with trauma doesn't work, or with silence doesn't work very well. Arena, this character has 2 more fantastic for allies. Trauma to the primary target. So very, very strong. Main damage dealer. And Franklin Richards is the controller, especially with the silence that he can apply. So what he's going to do on his ultimate, this is where he's going to apply that silence and that battlefield effect, Future Foundation, clearing battlefield effects for all of them, and applying the battlefield effect, Future Foundation, to the enemy side in Arena. This battlefield effect cannot be cleared, replaced until 8 characters, allies, or enemies have completed their turns. If this character has 2 or more fantastic for MCU allies, reduce duration of positive effects by 2 on all enemies. So kind of like that Thanos effect. Attack all enemies for 350% damage. Clear charge. Apply silence. This character has 2 or more fantastic for allies. Apply silence for 2 turns. Now, Future Foundation. In Arena, on enemy turn, apply silence to that character. In Arena, enemy cannot fill or reduce speed bar by themselves, allies, or enemies. This does not apply to speed bar gain through normal means. Enemy characters cannot assist. This attack gains 500% extra focus if this character is 2 or more fantastic for MCU allies. This attack is unavoidable. And again, silence means that this character cannot apply positive or negative effects and cannot reduce the duration of positive effects. So pretty strong move. Special, also a very good move. Does have a high cooldown, but it's attacking the primary adjacent target, 340% damage. If he has 2 or more fantastic for MCU allies, reduce the duration of safeguard by 2. So to copy and all positive effects except for taunt, stealth, and regeneration from the primary targets to self, spreading positive effects except for taunt, stealth, and regeneration to all allies, and flipping positive effects and negative effects for primary and adjacent targets. So those are my top 10 guys. Fantastic for MCU. The rest of them would be and honorable mentions. Hela's done honorable mentions, but again, counting down the top characters: Havok, Sable, Vulture, Shaw, Rachel Summers, Hobgoblin, Blastaar, Quasar, Invisible Woman, and Franklin Richards. Let me know your thoughts. Characters that you want on this list that weren't on there, let me know in the comments. Were the characters that were on this list you feel should be off? Let me know in the comments. If you got some value from the video though, leave the video a like. Check out some of the other videos on the channel. Check me out on social media as well. And if you want to see every team in Marvel Strike Force ranked, the best ones, the worst ones, everyone in between, check out the video up there, and I'll see you guys next time. Have a great rest of your day. Thanks for watching, guys. Hulk fist bump. ValleyFlyin out. Take care.